Well, now it's time for our very, very special guests. Mariah Huq and Toya Bush-Harris are stars of Bravo's reality series Married to Medicine. The show recently returned for its 6th season and follows the lives of a group of Atlanta's most dynamic and successful women, including doctors and the wives of doctors, as they juggle bustling careers, families, and social calendars. Let's take a look.
This season on Married to Medicine.
Come on, pass the bottle. Woo!
I don't start no up in here.
You like my outfit? I'm a pilot, I'm a doctor, I'm a wife, bitch. What?
I came to do your prostate exam.
I'm sorry.
That was my head.
Welcome to Antigua.
This the way we vacation.
Doctors are very freaky.
The clitoris actually is a longer organ than you think.
Moving on.
Did y'all have sex?
No.
Oh, she's a great doctor. That's enough.
16 years. I'm trying to get to 17.
Oh, yeah.
They trying to say Quad took all the furniture out the house.
I come home, my goddamn sleep number was missing.
Sleep number go!
I saw my husband last night dancing in the car with another woman in my mother face.
You went to dinner with another woman. I can't do it with you anymore.
Why did my husband do that to me?
Because he's a man.
Your mother never said, I love you.
Kind of like a nervous wreck. My wife is having surgery.
The incision looks like it's completely healed up.
There's a head right there.
Is she choking?
Layla.
We have not been perfect as your friends, but we are here for you.
What are friends for if they cannot help you carry your burdens?
Eagles don't roll with chickens, so I don't have nothing to say to you ever.
I'm a goddamn hawk. Fly down and vulture and eat your ass up.
Don't you ever talk to my husband like that? You lost your mother mind. All of this that's happened,
I pick on the guy of that hoe.
I mean, it done blew my wig back.
Chopped up and served on the side.
Somewhere in there, you know, we're all sister friends.
Everyone, please give a warm BUILD Brunch welcome to Mariah and Toya. Woo! We are so thrilled and excited to have you two on this show because we are huge fans of Married to Medicine. And you guys are on season 6, and that is a huge achievement on its own. But it is so dramatic, entertaining still. What do you think, why is this show still fresh and still exciting?
I think it's still fresh and exciting because it's authentic. And I think it's relatable. And I think whether you love this person or hate this person, there's somebody on there that you can relate to at least. Absolutely. You know, so I think it's a great ensemble cast. And I think, you know, for the most part, we're just real people. And people can relate to our struggles, our ups and our downs.
And we're honest. We try to keep it real. We try to keep it, you know, as honest as we can be. I mean, I know I put
Well,
my
some
life
of us do.
we do. I know. I
We
give it
do.
to them as real as I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, speaking of which, I mean, so the latest episode's aired. It's your anniversary celebration. You invited everyone to go on
10 years.
vacation. 10 years. Congratulations on that.
Yes.
But
Long 10 years.
you and Contessa got in a very serious fight because she accused you of hitting her. What was that like, in especially dealing with that on a show?
You know, it was hard for me because, you know, when you're on television, you're like, it's one thing for someone to accuse you of something, you know, and just out and about on the street, and you're like, yeah, girl, whatever. You know, you just keep it moving. But on television, you're like, oh my God, I'm being accused of something. You know, I'm being attacked. It's my character, and it's like, you know, and immediately my heart dropped, and I felt like, how could somebody feel this way about me? How could someone think that I would do something so vindictive? You know, and I immediately felt hurt. You know, and I just broke into tears because you can't describe that feeling.
Yeah.
You know, and all of my friends, I felt supported because they know me.
Right.
You know, they've known me for 8 years, most of them, and they just were like, you know, they just felt like, wow, you know, maybe this girl just doesn't know her as well as we do. You know, and I didn't know how to explain it. You know, and then the next day I was like, wow, how dare her come up to me and want to now hug me and kiss me too? Like, it just didn't make any sense, you know?
There was a nice resolution at the dinner though later, which because I hate to see you guys fight because we've seen there really is like that sisterhood. I mean, especially like last season with Simone and her husband watching everybody come together. I was like, you don't get to see that a lot on television where there's all the drama, but you can tell that there's like real strong relationships. So I like when I see you guys come back together.
I'm never one to hold a grudge. I mean, I always tell people that I've always I grew up being a little bad girl. So I try, when I got as an adult, I always said, you know what? I'm going to ask God to forgive me. So you know what? I'm just going to have to forgive everybody else. Yeah. So I try to forgive really, really quick, and not hold on to it. If not, we'll have a lot of gray hairs, right?
That's right. Well, you have a whole grown
right.
It's blue.
That's about it. Yeah, right. We're a little ombre, we like to sew it on and take it back out.
And Mariah, at the last dinner, you kind of felt, it seemed you felt very ganged up on. Can you just explain what the thoughts were going on in your head at that moment?
I don't think that I felt ganged up on as much as I felt alone.
Unsupported.
I didn't feel as though the group were, I don't think that they were being as vocal as I need them to be about something so serious. I think that it's okay for us to have jabs, but I think at some point when a friend is saying to you, I can't do this anymore, this is not for play, it's not for TV anymore when it comes to my family. I mean, I have integrity, character, and I have a line that I've drawn. So I think I just felt alone in that moment. And I know my husband was very uncomfortable as well. So that really was a sign for me that it's time to get the hell up and go.
Right. And how is your relaلاtionship now with glasses? You were breaking.
I mean,
these are really nice.
No, you know what it is? I'm serious. I believe that I love Antigua. It was amazing. But they had very thin glasses.
I don't think it's your fault either. You just kept tapping them and they kept breaking.
You know what? She's moving to styrofoam. For real.
Toya, I gotta know, this is kind of a personal question, but what's the relationship with birth control right now?
Honestly, I haven't been on birth control in years.
That's what it was.
My husband and I hate to say it on live TV. We have been doing the pull-out method.
Seem too much.
For 6 years,
Watch out, because I was a pull-out baby.
Really? But he's a doctor, and he's like, he just knows. He's
but
really
even if he's
good
a
at
doctor,
it.
he's not.
He got this thing down to a science, y'all. I'm telling you, I have not been pregnant. We've just been. We're a pro with the pull-out method, and I did not want to be on my menstrual during this trip, so I was like, I'm gonna take this birth control. I'm a regulated.
Bad idea.
Bad idea.
Bad
It was really
idea.
bad. My hormones was all over the place.
Well,
all over the place.
It kind of points to what also makes this show so great is that there are such funny, real moments. You guys are so hilarious from the catchphrases to the moments. So what other moments can we look forward to this season? Any kind of funny, exciting ones, or of course dramatic ones?
I think one of the most dramatic things this season, and shocking for me, is Heavenly and I
church
meet in church.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm scared.
Yeah, and it's an interesting moment, to say the least. I took it very serious because I don't think you play with religion, and I'm definitely not going to lie or, just not be authentic in, any house of God. But, it's going to be interesting to see how she walks away from that.
Right.
I was just happy that lightning didn't strike us while we was in there. It was just so much going on.
Has she stopped talking about your mom?
Not at all.
Really?
Not
She's
at all.
still doing it?
Yeah.
Oh.
How does your mom feel about that?
She's very hurt.
Yeah.
And she's disappointed in me. For some reason, she still brings it back to me. The responsibility is on me. This is who I'm hanging with. You need to put the gauntlet down and just say enough is enough.
You've tried.
I have. That's what I'm saying. I mean, she's an adult. I can't make her say or stop saying anything.
Can't put a muzzle on it.
No, I would love to. Though. That's a great idea. Muzzle.
Yeah. I think for me, I think, I have two things that I loved, one that I hated. I hated the bus ride. I think that coming up the bus ride is going to be very interesting because I think that's where I just lost it.
The bus ride?
Yeah, the wine trip.
Oh, yeah.
I think, I lost it. I had enough. And I felt like all season, I took a lot from, this particular individual all season. And I felt like I had been a bigger person. I kept apologizing.
Well, she's kind of passive aggressive, so people don't get to see as much as you.
Right.
And I think that was a lot of your frustration, that
Right.
people didn't get to see a lot of things that were
that pushed you to that point.
Yeah,
so,
I'm like, I'm one of those individuals. Like, I keep trying to make. I'm so sorry. You know, how can I make it better? You know, let's talk about it.
Wear your
you
heart
know?
on your sleeve.
Yeah, I'm always trying to like, turn the other cheek, and it's just like nothing was working. And then this one particular moment, I just was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with you. You know, like, and I just went there, and I was like, I shouldn't have went there.
It was a real live breakdown.
Oh God, it was like, it was everything. It was, your wigs are bad. Everything about you was bad.
It was.
Everything, and it was just terrible.
I mean, she threw in the kitchen sink.
Everything.
But she didn't break a glass.
Yeah, right.
So hey.
And but the good thing is, in the end, I loved my last scene. To end the season, I was like my favorite.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Probably of all of my scenes of Married to Medicine.
I'm not
That's
sure that I
something
can
to
say
look
the same.
Really?
It's
That
okay.
was my favorite.
Speaking of what you just said about how the show doesn't necessarily capture everything that's like building up to what makes you so angry or something like that, like what are some things that you wish the show would show to audiences that we're not seeing?
You know what? Actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. I said my last scene is my favorite. I hope my last scene is my favorite because I don't know what they're gonna show. Because I filmed, with my sons and my husband, and we filmed some amazing things. But we filmed for what, an hour, 2 hours? But they gotta snip it down to.
So is there anything you hope that they or wish that they would have?
So for me, I would say, we filmed just, we talked about what it meant for us as a family to come together. We talked about, moving to the next chapter into our home. And we prayed over our home, and we put scriptures into the walls before they laid the final, what do you call it? The
Drywall, foundation?
The
bricks. I'm like, bricks?
Yeah, the bricks. Well, the bricks is already, they did the bricks, but the inside.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, before they finish.
The wall, before they put the walls up. Before they put the walls up. So underneath the walls, the installation, yes. So before they put on the installation, we put it all down. I had my sons write scriptures in their rooms. So underneath all the walls,
you hope
are
they
scriptures.
show that.
Yeah.
Now, for me, this season, I have to be honest, I felt like this was the first time that I did feel as though that they did have me a little bit more balanced. I think previously I just looked like a drama queen, and I'm a drama queen sometimes, but I'm also a mother, an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and you just want to be balanced. So I guess the biggest thing for me is making sure they show all those different facets, because it's important for people to understand you're one way on Friday night, but you're completely different on Monday morning.
Multifaceted.
You know. So, and I guess the other thing is, since my mom has been such a huge topic of conversation, it's important for me for them to show who she really is in terms of being an excellent mother. Everything I am, being a college-educated woman, my sister the same, like it's because of the sacrifices she made. So that's why it's so painful for me to watch someone that's supposed to be my friend or frenemy or whatever she is, talk about my mom. So I hope that they show more of the balance of my mom. I want people to see what it takes to raise kids and how many sacrifices you really have to make, no matter what environment you're in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Mariah, you're an executive producer on the show, so
Yeah.
do you feel like that gives you some control over saying, like, 'cause
No,
there's
not
a lot
at
of hugs.
No, I don't. I'm
Not on this show.
I'm the creator and executive producer, but I think, and I think that's huge.
Yeah.
And it means a lot to me because I was one of the first African American women to be an executive at Bravo, to be an executive producer, the creator, and cast. But the moment that I came in as cast, it kind of subdues the other part because you don't want a conflict of interest. You still have to be a part of the show. I do feel like it gives me, at least my opinion does matter. Everybody's opinion matters. But I think that I do have a creative side that I like to be incorporated. And as long as they show that and make sure we're balanced, and stick to why the show was created, to show educated Southern families that are connected to medicine, I'm good. I'm good. That's the main thing, just not getting away from the true, core of the show.
Yeah, definitely.
That's nice. Beautiful.
Well, Mariah and Toya, thank you so much for being here. We are huge fans.
Thank you.